Looking for a pickup truck to get just about anything done? Look no further. The Chevy Silverado EV isn't just the most powerful Silverado ever, with next-level towing capability and technology. It also offers game-changing versatility with the available multi-flex midgate and tailgate, which means Silverado EV helps you carry large, bulky, and oddly shaped items up to nearly 11 feet in length. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Visit Chevrolet.com to learn more.
This episode is brought to you by Skinny Pop Popcorn. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Oh, so light and crunchy. Skinny Pop Original Popcorn is the snack you've been searching for. Made with just 3 simple ingredients: popcorn kernels, sunflower oil, and salt. Snacking never felt or tasted so good. Perfectly popped, endlessly delicious. Give yourself permission to snack and pick up Skinny Pop Original Popcorn today.
Meaningless stuff. Why do we gift so much meaningless stuff? Tired of generic gifts and hollow trends? Shutterfly allows you to create meaningful photo gifts for your family and friends. Whether it's a cozy fleece blanket for grandma, a stunning canvas print for mom, or a mug to make dad smile. Enjoy 40% off with code MAKE40 at Shutterfly.com and make something meaningful this year. See site for more details.
With Uber Reserve, you can book your Uber ride in advance, 90 days in advance. Perfect for all you forward thinkers and planning gurus. Reserve your Uber ride up to 90 days in advance. Uber Reserve. See Uber app for details.
Being a marketer's no sweat. You just have to manage dozens of channels, launch hundreds of campaigns, score thousands of leads, and okay, fine. It's a lot of sweat. Unless you have HubSpot's AI-powered marketing tools to help you do all that and more. Get started at HubSpot.com/marketers.
I knew it. Another Hurrdat Media production.
Hi, Chantel.
Hey, Roxanne.
Happy Sunday or Monday if you're listening to this.
Yes, we hope you have a great week.
Yeah, this weekend, Chantel and I were supposed to go see Giggly Squad. I think she even put it on our Instagram stories that we were going. And we didn't go. We didn't go, you guys.
Because we have like a homebody who is Roxanne that doesn't like to leave her home apparently. And you could, like when you have like somebody who just constantly is like, pouting about something, and she kept pouting about like having to go to this, and I'm like, I'm not forcing you to go. Like, I'm not like telling you we have to go to it. So I was like, we'll sell them. It's no biggie. So we ended up selling them. And then
I really didn't anticipate not to go. Like, I told my husband, I'm going to go. We're leaving around 5. I had it all planned out. So of course for him, when I told him we're not going, he was like, really? I was like, yeah. But I don't know. Okay, Captain Lee event was amazing. It really was. But I'm like also traumatized by Captain Lee's event. I don't know why. It was so great. It's no shade to him, but I just like being at my house. Like I like it when it's nighttime, and we were going to Canada, which Canada is not far at all from us. Like not even.
Guys, like literally like 25 minutes. But
yeah, no, it's not.
You do cross the border. You still have to bring your passport. You still have to deal with customs. It is a whole thing. It's not as easy as like just going anywhere here, but
yeah. And so I just can't do it. I would rather just be home, or I don't know, like during the day, I'm all for it. I want to do a million things, but just at night, like something. Well, okay. Also, I need to point out, I don't listen to Giggly Squad. I like Paige on Summer House. Like I laugh at her. I think she's funny, but I'm not invested in them. And I feel like you have to be invested in the people to be really into it. And I just am not. So I've never in my life listened to an episode. I honestly don't know why Chantel got these tickets.
Well, no, because I like listening to them sometimes, and like they're more like comedians, so it's like I've been to one before where like with Stassi. It's not like I'm obsessed with Stassi. We just like the show, and like it's just like an hour, and like I thought we'd be able to talk about it. So I'm sure this episode would have been all about what we thought about the Giggly Squad event. But yeah, here we are not being able to talk about it.
Well, I still asked Chantel.
It's like content, so.
Yeah. Well, I still asked Chantel if we could hang out, and she low-key didn't want to, but was like, fine. And so then me and my husband went to her house for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
and they made they made dinner. And our Patreon members, we shared a video of our husbands where we were like, we want you to come on our podcast. And they're just not having it. They're those husbands that, you know how many, like if you think about Real Housewives and you're like, oh my gosh, there's so many people that could be cast, but their husbands refuse to do it. That would be our husbands.
Oh, for sure. Like they're just too embarrassed, or they think that there's something like so cool, and
they're
yeah, or they think that we're gonna like ruin their reputation. It's like, you're nobody. Like, calm down. Like, no one cares about you.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I mean, no, yeah, they don't want us to be out there and stuff. But low key, you guys, Jacob went on this whole tangent where for 6 hours straight, he was listening to our podcast and he's like, oh, you said that about me. But like he was smirking the whole time. He was like low key loving it.
Oh, for sure.
He really was. Like Jacob, I feel like, I mean, Val doesn't really listen. Jacob does, but they were acting shy when we got them on camera. So we were telling our Patreon members that we were going to do a Christmas special with our parents then, just so that you guys could, and it's going to be on video. Yeah, their moms. Yeah. Do we even talk about our dad? Do they even exist? Oh my gosh.
Because we love our dads.
I know. We love our dads so much. That's so scary that we don't ever talk about them. It's because there's no trauma with them, I guess.
Yeah, they're so unproblematic. So
they really are. There's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing like interesting. It's like we have a good dad. Like, cool, you know? So must be nice for us, right? So there's nothing to say about them. I was in Detroit all day today, downtown, and I was just like looking at what Dan Gilbert's done for the city, Chantal, and I'm just like, it is so crazy how when I started working at Rocket Mortgage, it was like in 2011 or 12 or something. I don't even know, one of those. But Detroit was still kind of weird. And the way it's so beautiful now, you would be shocked. There's this celebrity we talked about this, a celebrity in UK who comes to Detroit because she's so obsessed with Detroit, and they're treating her like a princess because she really is like a princess, and she got TikTok famous because of her love for Detroit. But it's so beautiful. And I walked past our loft, or the loft I lived in. It was like on top of Nike. And I was like, girls, I used to live here before we got married. And Charlie's like, can I do that? And I was like, we'll see. So
no, it really is so beautiful. And like, I think that the difference sometimes is like, it's a very, very like our downtown that we have, where like, it's like, you know, the prettiest and the safest, like where they've done the most development. It's like small. So it feels like a very small city that's like manageable, and it's very clean and it's safe. But like, I feel like nowadays when you go to these big cities like New York and Chicago, it's like very dirty, like, cause it's like a big city. It's like too much to keep up with. Like the city people can't like keep up with
and
it.
Chicago used to be like the jam for us in high school. Like we're now 32, but in high school, it was like Chicago was the thing. And now everyone's like, no, we don't go to Chicago. I'm like, really? What happened? What was that restaurant we went to?
In Chicago?
Yes.
Which one? Like I
don't know.
There was like more like cash, but like everyone went to it.
Yes.
Yeah, it was called like Grand Lux. Like they have one in Vegas.
Oh yes, we were obsessed with that. And then that was when Chicago only had Cheesecake Factory, and no other like state had it, and everyone was obsessed with that. I mean,
used to, like Val and I Val and I have been to Chicago like every year still. Like it is a nice little getaway. Like we're even thinking about going like this weekend maybe.
Please don't. Like you guys are sick individuals. My God.
Oh, because you know what? There's this really cool like spa. It's called like Ari bath spa, and there's like one in like Spain, New York, and Chicago. And like it's like very like you like go in these like waters. I don't know, it looks really cool. So I was like, maybe we should go.
Why are you always looking for something to do? Like, I don't get it. Why don't you ever just want to like sit at home and relax?
I did this weekend and I'm already itching. It's too much sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I told my husband, I was like, we're leaving the house today. I'm like, we're not staying home because I cannot do it. Because even if my husband's there, my kids, my two oldest are so close in age, they fight the whole time. And who do they go to? They go to me. They don't even go to him. He'll be right there. I'm upstairs. Jack notices I'm upstairs. He runs up and he's like, mommy. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, we're leaving this house. And it was an all day event. It was really nice.
Wait, so did you guys go for your work, like your work hosted it, or you guys were just like downtown to see like the Christmas and stuff?
So I saw a TikTok about like this fun bumper cars in Detroit and all this stuff. We went there. None of that existed. I was like, okay, it must have been. And then I looked at the date. It was like mid-November. So I'm like, oh, okay. So my husband was like, he looked at me because he was like, do you really want to go to Detroit right now? I'm like, it's a beautiful day. It's 50 degrees. It's not going to ever be this nice in December. Let's go. And then he looked at me and he was like, bro, he's like, it's not even here. And I was like, it's fine. Let's go to Jodo Shack, which is like this like really cool milkshake place. We walk in there. They're like, reservations. I'm like, no. And they're like, okay, well, you can't come in without a reservation. I was like, oh, wow, Detroit's gotten like this. And I was like, okay. And then we went to a different restaurant. We were going to like where the tree is and everything. And then all of a sudden my car battery went out. So Jacob had to wait 2 hours.
What the heck?
No, he had to wait 2 hours to get like the company to come to put, what is that, where they plug it or something?
Yeah,
And so then I took all 3 kids. I literally walked 13 minutes down to the tree. All 3 kids like walked around there. Then we went to Sugar Factory, which Sugar Factory in Detroit is so scary.
Yeah, it's not like your typical Sugar Factory.
It's the worst service in the entire universe. What's crazy is there was a Hard Rock before that, and it also had the worst service. I don't understand that. I don't know. We're service people. I mean, we're getting carried away, huh? Talking a lot about, but I'm sorry, but yeah, that.
So the story is like, if you can visit Detroit, visit us during Christmas or in the summer. It's
yeah.
nice.
It's so nice. Oh yeah, the summer they do really cool things. So it's really, really nice. And I don't think it would be that expensive. I don't know though, maybe.
No, oh my God. If you go to like the hotels downtown, they're expensive.
But they're nice. They're so nice, dude. It's all really, really nice.
It's so expensive.
Yeah. But you know what? Chantal and I wanted to talk about Salt Lake City because we've like kind of put Salt Lake City to the side for some reason. I caught up on it today and I was like, this is the best show ever. It's so good.
Well, we haven't talked about the last 2 episodes. It's not like we were putting it to the side. We just haven't like done it the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's Beverly Hills. And it was because like we were like saying like, it's because Beverly Hills is on Tuesday. So like sometimes we feel bad if we're not like so fast with it. But we're like, so many people are not like right away gives you our thoughts. And I was like, we were like, let's just still give our thoughts on it, even though it's like, a few days later.
Yeah.
That's why.
I agree.
So, yeah. So we're probably
So here we are catching up on Salt Lake City. And again, we apologize for it being a little bit later.
So good.
Yeah. And we're not going to go into recap. Like we're just going to go into scenes, kind of like when we went on Carlos King. I like that feel too, where and we've been doing that honestly, where we just talk about specific scenes and things. And this was Meredith's bar mitzvah. Or is it? Yeah, it's bar mitzvah, right?
Mm-hmm. Have you ever been to bar mitzvah?
What's so crazy is where I live and where I went to high school with, I grew up with a lot of Jewish people. But it's so weird because my high school specifically barely had Jewish people. So I've never been to one. Whereas my cousin Michelle, she went to a high school like 10 minutes away from mine. And every
weekend.
Yeah, it was really scary. We were like, are you okay?
Like, she would come in with the coolest swag from these bar mitzvahs. And we were like, oh my gosh, what'd you get? Like, we were always so jealous because like, they throw these big parties, obviously for you and his kids, most of them, and we were,
and you guys don't think, because again, you're like Michigan, like, because we even got some DMs where people were like, we really thought Michigan was so scary until we realized that you two are from there. And the Jewish people in Michigan are super successful, super successful. So the stuff that she would show us, and then our other older cousins that went to that school too, we're like, wow, why do we never have friends like this?
I know.
So, yeah, wait, but okay. So I may have missed this. Why is she doing this now?
She said that basically, like, with all the anti-Semitic, oh my God, I'm going to say it wrong, whatever, that word. She was saying that, and like she does have Jewish in her heritage. Like, I think her family is Jewish. So she like always, and she just never went through it. I think, maybe none of them did it. And then her husband's Jewish. Clearly all of her kids are bar mitzvah. So she was saying like, now she feels like with how the world is, like she really wants to be able to say like, I did this.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
It was giving like, I love when they show these things. Like, I don't like sometimes when they like steer away from like religion things.
No, I love it.
Me too. And so like, it was like kind of giving like when like Tamara was trying to go through her like, being baptized thing, and like they showed all of that. And like, sometimes people don't really know what like you have to do to become something and like what that religion is. So like I loved watching it. It was really beautiful.
I didn't like the Tamara thing because for me, I felt like it was a mockery, and it was literally using God and religion to to I don't know, spin the narrative.
Everyone should be able to feel like things can change and they want to change, and like more people that want to go that way, like, good for them. But it's also like, we're all not perfect.
No, 100%. I agree with that. But I just felt like Tamara's was a mockery because it like immediately went back to her old ways the next season, So it was like a 6 month stunt, So that's why I didn't like that. But yeah, I thought that Meredith hosting that was really, really cute. And, Mary showed up a little bit late. And what were your thoughts?
Are we shocked that she that she was gonna not show up? Like, are we shocked that like maybe she was even thinking about it just because of the fight that they had?
So to me, the whole
talk about that, like we didn't. I think we missed that like whole fight thing where like she left. I think we did talk about that actually, but like maybe the episode.
No, but the follow up when they actually met up, and then they go to. She meets her up at a gala, and then Mary throws shade, and she's like, "If you want to meet with Meredith, you're gonna have to meet, an hour away." And then she shows up late, but then we see what she's going through with her son, and we're like, okay, well, that makes sense, but Meredith doesn't know it. She does make a good point, Mary, and I don't know if she's talking to Angie, but she's like, or no, if she was taking her confessional, she's like, I'm going through so much bigger things, and Meredith has no idea, and that tells you everything.
Yeah, no, I know.
And I was like, holy hell, and that's probably because she doesn't ask about it. And I mean, there were rumors circulating. There were things that Mary's son was putting up on social media, like drugs and stuff. So for her never to ask and be like, is everything okay at home? But you never know with Mary. What if you asked and then she like freaked out that you implied anything,
And like the way, we see the scene today of like her and Angie kind of talking, and Angie's like, well, like, like if whenever you feel comfortable, I'm here for you, which was nice. But like that just goes to show you too, she hasn't even told Angie anything as well. She's a very private person.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. But so she shows up an hour late, and you can tell she was knocking on her son's door. He's not answering. She knows something's off. She definitely doesn't feel like she wants to go and talk to Meredith, but she shows up an hour late, and she went in there and she didn't want to resolve things because Meredith was actually, I feel like, holding back when it came to Mary and just wanted to resolve it with her. And Mary was like, no, you left my house. You left my house. But at the end of the day, Mary did say, I like Mary, but she did say, if you continue this, leave my house. And Meredith is like, okay, then I'll leave then I'm leaving. And Mary didn't go and try to get her and stuff. But then I'm also trying to give Mary grace because she's going through something.
Yeah, for sure. So I am happy she did show up because like that would have sent such a big message if she really didn't.
This episode is sponsored by HelloFresh. I love the holidays, but with how busy they are, I'm always looking for ways to stress less. HelloFresh helps make mealtime manageable, saving you from searching for recipes or all that grocery shopping. Just pick your meals and everything you need is delivered right to your door. There's always something for everyone to enjoy on HelloFresh's weekly menu. With 50 chef-crafted recipes to choose from every week, plus customizable options to make your meals just the way you like them, you'll be able to easily satisfy every craving. And I'm traveling for the holidays, so I'm able to skip a week's delivery, and there's no commitment at all. So with 4 kids, 2 jobs, HelloFresh has been a lifesaver. Get 10 free meals at HelloFresh.com/free TRH. Applied across 7 boxes, new subscribers only, varies by plan. That's 10 free HelloFresh meals. Just go to HelloFresh.com/free TRH.
Blinds.com Cyber Monday Last Chance is happening now. Don't miss out on up to 45% off site-wide. A Blinds.com design expert can help you make the perfect selection on your schedule. We can handle everything from measure to your whole home installed for one low cost. With over 25 million windows covered, Blinds.com is the #1 online retailer of custom window coverings. Save up to 45% site-wide, plus a free professional measure right now at Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/campaign to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be.
This year, Santa's bringing the power of Energizer into his workshop.
Whoa, the Energizer Bunny's got so much power.
Wait, he's powered up all the toys. I think that means we're done for the year.
I love this bunny.
He's the hardest working helper the North Pole has ever seen. And he wants all your gifts to have the power of the #1 longest lasting AA battery. So this holiday season, stock up on Santa's and the elves' favorite battery, Energizer Ultimate Lithium.
Come to me.
Focus Features invites you to succumb to the darkness.
Nosferatu.
From director Robert Eggers comes a masterpiece of horror.
He is coming. This creature is a force more powerful than evil. It is death itself.
Nosferatu. Rated R. Under 17 nanometer without parent. Only in theaters Christmas Day. Special engagements in Dolby and IMAX.
But the fact that when she shows up, that's why I say every Real Housewives needs a Kathy Hilton, because Mary is Salt Lake City's Kathy Hilton.
Oh my God, for sure.
She really is. Like when she was like looking through the doors as it's going on, I would be mortified, absolutely mortified. And she's like, I mean, from what it looks like, she was looking for a while. And I was like, oh my gosh.
And what's wrong with Brittany? She's like, look at her. Look at her. Look at it. I'm like, Brittany, sit down. Like, it's like when she buzzed at that moment.
Oh, you think so? No, I just think like what Mary was doing is awkward.
I know it was, but like the way that she was reacting was just like, she's just so like wild.
Well, I mean, what's interesting, you guys, is this episode specifically, I don't feel Bronwyn. I'm not feeling her at all. And I feel like we've actually I absolutely, when I say this, I'm not saying I don't want Bronwyn on the show, because I absolutely want her on the show. I want her to stay on the show. But you know how when we were like, oh yeah, Bronwyn is the best, like she's the shit, you know, like she's putting these ladies in check. But then it's also like, she's so fucking extra and intense and a shit stirrer. And I'm like, ew, this is not the energy. Like when we think of Orange County, we think of Jen. Jen came in and she was just herself. That's all that she was. She didn't need to fight with the new housewife. When Katie came in, it's not like Jen was like, I'm going to pick on Katie because Katie's an easy target. And I feel like even from the first episode, and I said this when we recapped Salt Lake City part 1 or episode 1, I said, I don't like how Bronwyn is acting towards Brittany. Let me make it clear. I do not like Brittany on the show. I don't think she should ever come back. But I don't like when there are two new housewives and one of the housewives gangs up on the other because it's a newbie and it's like the easy thing to do.
Yeah, I agree. But I also think that she really just does not like her either. Like, it's not because it's like, this is easy. It's like, she really thinks that like they have nothing in common and she doesn't like her.
But from the first episode, she did not fuck with her. And now she's saying it's like, oh, well, she mentioned her in Broadway and I don't like that she lied. And it's like, that is not a reason for you to turn your back on someone. It is nice. Okay, when you think about New Jersey and you think about Jackie and Jennifer, remember how like Jen Aiden tried with Jackie and Jackie wasn't having any of it? Because again, it was easy to be like, I need drama with someone. I'm going to go against the new person. So that's how I feel with Bronwyn. Like because there was a scene, you guys, there was a scene where, you know, they're getting along for the 2 seconds that they're getting along. And Bronwyn says, or Brittany says it was her and that girl, her name starts with the M. I forgot, Melly. I don't know.
Yeah, Melly.
Mealy, yeah, it was Amelia, her, and Bronwyn, and Brittany says, let's take a selfie together now that we're all together. And Bronwyn's like, no, I gotta go. And she didn't want to take a selfie. And I'm like, damn, like, who do you think you are? That's the ugliest behavior. If that was me, I would go home and cry and be like, she makes me feel like shit, dude.
Yeah, I definitely think this episode, for sure, like you said, Bronwyn came in with such like like she has been coming in with such a crazy energy, but like, you know, when we saw it with just her and Lisa, you're like, fine, they've been friends for a long time, you know, it's okay. But then the way she came at Angie today and the way she was like acting with Brittany, you're like, whoa, like, are you okay? Like, it's like she's doing too much for sure.
And even with her husband, like, I know we were all like, her husband's scary, but it's like, okay, now I kind of get why he is the way he is, because look how she is, you know, like she doesn't seem like she's that. I don't know. She doesn't seem like, now I'm like
0 to 100 real quick. Like she like doesn't even let someone breathe. Like,
and that's a lot to deal with.
Let's actually talk about the scene with Angie, because Angie pulls her to the side. And, you know, like Angie was like, I want to start with a compliment. And then she's like, is this your second thing, an apology? It's like, calm down. Let her talk. Let her like say what she wants to say before you're like demanding an apology. And like, if someone ever said that to me ever in a conversation, I would right away be like, I'm not giving this person an apology. Like, there's no way.
And Angie handled it well. Like, Angie was really trying at this point. Like, she really, really was trying. And then, you know, she was like, you know, I'm sorry if that's how I made you feel. She's like, if that's how you made me feel, you did make me feel that way. And then Todd comes along and he's trying to de-escalate it because he doesn't like seeing his wife act like this. And listen, if you marry someone and you marry them being a certain way, and, you know, I like you because like when we're in public, you would never act like that. And then all of a sudden you come on a show and you're acting like that. You're getting drunk. You could tell she was rocked. So it's like, you're getting drunk and you're acting like this. I think any man would be freaking annoyed by it, especially if this is not what he's used to. And they're not, I'm sure they hang out. I guess her husband is like big time. I've seen her in pictures with crazy celebrities because of her husband. Like he's in the photo. So I'm sure she's never acted like that around those people.
Yeah. And like now all of a sudden she like, like the past, like what it was been like 8 weeks. He's seeing her fight with so many people. He's probably like, what in the world is happening?
Yeah. And then even
she does come hard. She really does come hard. And she's like always walking away. She's storming off. She's almost like a big baby. And it's like, are you okay?
So it makes me wonder the whole situation with her daughter.
Oh, like as in like why
there's always three sides to a story,
I know.
There really is. So it's just it does make me wonder about that. But yeah, she demanded an apology and it was scary. And when her husband tried to de-escalate it, Angie likes Todd and she respects him. And I think that pisses Bronwyn off even more. So then she was mad at Todd. And I was like, what is happening right now? You are being so extra.
She was definitely being sensitive, and like, but in that situation, I can understand too, because like it doesn't matter what the situation is. Like, don't make me look silly. Like, as if you're my husband, don't make me look silly in front of anybody, and like just have my back. That's all you have to do. Like, that's your goal in any situation.
You know what's weird is like I feel like Heather has been really irrelevant this season.
I know, and so like that's why everyone went crazy that she was like second chair.
Yeah, that is crazy because when I'm even thinking about it, and I'm like, yeah, Heather was there to like
tired.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know what it is Heather has nothing going on in her life, so it's one of those things where she's focusing on everyone else's life right now.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, and I feel like with like her and Jen Shaw and then her and Monica, it's like she's probably just like exhausted with everything, and it's like, yeah, I don't know.
Well, what do you think about the whole Heather Bronwyn situation? Whitney, where she was like, Whitney did talk shit about you, and Heather's like, listen, I'm not going to be mad because she's said all this to my face anyways.
Yeah, I think again, like we're seeing a lot of Bronwyn doing this. Like the minute you tell Bronwyn, like, hey, this is a secret, or hey, I feel this, she's gonna go and tell that person right away. It's like very scary. It's like she's so excited that you opened up to her because she's gonna go right away and tell that person what you said. And it does seem like she maybe will. I don't think she twists anything. I don't think we've seen that this far. Like I think she actually just tells it how it is and what people have said. But I think it's fine, like how Heather said it. Like it's cool. Like you said this to my face before. But I think it's weird that Whitney is now saying Bronwyn's like lying and like twisted it.
So there's a scene where Bronwyn and Brittany, they were actually getting along for 2 seconds, and Brittany said, if what did Brittany say? She was like, if she's calling me a slut, that means it's because she probably does some slutty things. And what did you think about? I didn't think anything was wrong with that statement. I feel like it was just like, oh, well, if you're talking shit, it's because you're a shit stirrer. I don't think it was. She was really trying to call her a slut, to be quite honest.
But I also think I don't think Angie was trying to call her a slut either. She's just saying like you talking to 3 guys or you're sleeping with 3 guys, and like it's like maybe if that was like the way she perceived it, okay, but she didn't like straight up say to Angie or to Brittany, you're a slut.
Brittany is so interesting to me, you guys.
Oh my God, it's so funny because I feel like she's just really messy. She's like
no, but she's not even she's not even interesting. I feel like everything about her life is fake, a lie. It's not cute. She totally does not give me Real Housewife in any shape or form. She's a hot mess.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's messy. Like, and when I say messy, not like messy like OT. Like she's straight up like messy. Like looks and her life is messy. But yeah. I think it's because she's just very immature too.
Yeah. Well, so then they're all standing around together, and that's when Bronwyn's like, well, out of nowhere, she's like, well, I'm going to tell you what Brittany said about you. She said that you were basically a slut. And I'm like, Bronwyn, what are you doing? That's the ugliest trait you could ever possibly do. Ugly. It was so ugly. I was like, what do you sit back? Why are you, where are you even coming from? It wasn't even that serious. And that's when, they were like, your hair is ugly and your hair is like,
it's not they, it's Angie. And we're Angie. Like we've always liked Angie from the beginning. And I do think Angie like handled that way too crazy too. It's like, okay, whoa, like you really are going like, ham. And she's like, I don't look like a slut, blah, blah, blah. It's like, your tits are out at a religious event. Like, I don't know what you're talking about either.
I don't know. I don't know.
You're wearing Versace. No. Just because you're wearing Versace, your literally boobs are out. Like that, you see all the cleavage. Like I don't know where. Like it's. I don't even think that's slutty. I'm just saying, don't come after somebody for what they're doing and wearing when like you're not. You don't look like a nun over there.
Yeah.
So I mean, I thought she handled it so wrong, and I really like her.
Yeah. What do you think about Brittany's hair?
I mean, yeah, it's like, it's a lot. I mean, I was dying. Like, I feel bad because I've always grown up with really bad hair, you know, until it took me to like have to get weekly blowouts to like really get it tamed. But like, it really was crazy when Lisa, did you catch that
The
part? When Lisa was like,
Kiritas?
yeah, she said this, but you really need to get the keratin, like thermica or something.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God, I died.
are
That's
they
so
okay?
humiliating. I would literally kill myself right there.
Same. Like, I literally I would not be able to handle this group of ladies at all.
Yeah,
I would
no.
cry. I would be like her and cry.
Yeah. Another scene that we missed, by the way, was Mary does go up to Meredith and she does end up saying like, hey, I want us to be okay. We'll go back into the other one, but I feel like we forgot to talk about that. And she said, I do want us to be okay, which I was surprised because she was talking shit about Meredith in the car. And it does make me wonder, did Mary actually ever like Meredith or did she just tolerate her because it was like an ally?
I feel like she did actually like her. I feel like, I'm sure both things have to be, true in that situation, but like I feel like they did like each other and like maybe they weren't best friends and up each other's ass, so like they could tolerate each other.
Yeah. Well, so after that, so Meredith ends up, Brittany ends up like being upset because, Angie's saying that she's a slut and all that. And Meredith ends up finding out about it and she immediately kicks out Angie and Sean. I thought this was wrong of Meredith. I'm not going to lie.
Like everything in this episode was like wrong. Like everything everyone was doing to me, I was like, ew, wrong. Like no one was like an angel or innocent in this episode.
And if I was Seth, I would have been like, bro, okay, it's one thing if Angie came alone, but her husband's here and I'm not trying to kick out her husband. That's like embarrassing as hell. I'm not trying to do that. So
especially when they've already had issues and they're trying to turn over like a new leaf.
Yeah, and it was just so like she's like, I will grab security. And Angie didn't want to go because I just think Angie was so embarrassed that she's like, no, okay, this is going too far. Like, we just got good. Let's resolve this. And she did not want to go, which was also kind of embarrassing. But I just hated how Meredith handled that. And I also felt like Lisa didn't have Angie's back in that at all.
I mean, I think she came, like, what is she supposed to do? She came out there and she was like, I'm sorry you're feeling this way. But I feel like she thought so too, that like Angie was like not the being the greatest to Brittany. So she's like,
but
whatever.
To get kicked out for Brittany, like, girl, bye.
I know.
At the end of the day, Bronwyn is the one who started all this shit. So, I mean, let's kick out Bronwyn then because she's stirring the freaking pot.
I'm just so over them, like, kicking people out. Like, who do they think they are?
I know. I mean, overall, though, I thought it was such a freaking great episode. I'm sorry because we didn't write like specific notes.
I know, but I want to know your thoughts because even this, I was like, oh my God, like everyone's crazy. It's like when we did see the scene of Heather and Whitney talking, and then all of a sudden Lisa comes over and she's like, no, you are saying this, like you are being like, well, like she went crazy at Whitney. Like, what did you feel about Lisa doing?
I don't blame Lisa for doing that because Whitney is such a fucking liar, and Whitney does that for relevance, and Whitney is very much irrelevant. So I don't blame Whitney for that at all, or Lisa for doing that, because I really feel like Whitney's always reaching, and it's like no one believes you, dude.
But Angie, I think, was like making it seem like that's not what she like was said 100% either from Bronwyn. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, it's like, dang, like they all are like, if I was them, I would never. All I know is like I would never say anything to Bronwyn ever in my life, and I would keep my mouth shut half the time in front of any of these ladies.
What's crazy is when Monica left the show, Monica said their show's never going to work. It's never going to be as good without me there. And it's crazy that they have right now such a strong season.
Yeah, I feel like everyone who thinks like they're the queen or stars drama, they think like that show cannot survive without them, but it can. Like Jen thought that, Monica was on one season, thought that, and it's like, no, it will survive. Like these are the housewives,
Yeah, no, I agree. But it's really good. So I do want us to go back into actually recapping full on the episodes because I think it's that good.
That's really good.
There's a what?
Like every scene is really good.
Yeah, I was so interested in the whole thing. I was like, oh my gosh, this is good. This feels like Beverly Hills. Because I feel like Beverly Hills is just so great right now. By the way, Teddi, how like they do the recap and stuff. What's crazy to me, you guys, is how Teddi hasn't like taken a break.
I know. Like,
it's
you're
like
going through a lot, mama.
Walk away. Like, give yourself some time. You don't need to work and do podcasts and do things like this. But damn,
she does, because like, now it's like she does have to work. So maybe she's like feeling that pressure too.
I don't know. I wasn't feeling like the fact that she's so out there and she's like working out and showing that, everything's good. And it's like, no, it's not good. You like ruin someone else's family as well. So, I mean, as well as that man. I'm not saying that only she did, but I did want to talk about something that Teddi said. She was talking about the Beverly. So I know this is a side note, but she was talking about Beverly Hills with Erica, I think. And did you know Teddi and Erica are doing a podcast together?
Oh, what is it going to be about? Wasn't it supposed to be about like, didn't they do one with OC? Like they were recapping OC together.
Yeah, but now they're having their own podcast together.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
What's the name?
I don't know, to be honest. I'm sorry. But yeah, they did their first episode, and their first episode was kind of talking about Beverly Hills, I'm pretty sure. And then I was like, wait, I don't know what it was actually talking about, but it was something. So it's weird though, because I mean, she has the same exact one with Tamra, so I'm confused. Yeah, I think when Erica stepped in for OC, people were like, I like you two together. So they're like, let's actually do a podcast together. And I'm like, that's like so much. You're going through so much and you're doing all this. It's a lot.
I know. And especially like, it's like, what are you guys going to talk about then? It's like, it's going to be the same thing. Like no one's going to be that interested in you.
Yeah. But so she said, when they talked about Dorit and they talked about do you think that Kyle has downplayed Dorit's friendship? And what do you think? And Teddi said, I've never heard Kyle speak about Dorit unless they're filming the show.
Oh my God. Okay.
And
well, there you go.
But that's what I've been saying. Because even when we were on Carlos King, I said that exact thing. I said, Kyle never gave two fucks about Dorit. Like she never did. She literally was with her friend out of convenience. And because she probably, thought she owed her after the Lisa Vanderpump stuff. So she never actually liked her. She thought she was an annoying person. And Teddi right there saying that out loud confirms it.
Yeah, like that's just crazy though. Like that would make me so sad. Like for because she really did think something else. She really did.
I know. And then how Crystal
and also it's like how can you be so deluded then?
Right. I know. Yeah. I mean, especially because like Kyle would probably barely talk to her when the seasons were over. And it's like that's like the biggest red flag right there.
It's a lot because like I mean, but also like filming is like around 3-4 months, and then like the airings another 3-4 months, let's say. So like that is like almost the majority of the year. So like if you're talking to someone that whole time throughout the year and then you just take a little break, like I would still think that like, oh, I'm friends with this person.
Yeah, I mean, I have a friend where we don't talk weekly, and sometimes it even goes months, but like when we do, everything's great. Like I never think anything.
Exactly.
Teddi's probably loving this publicity, you guys, which is so scary because she is making so many headlines, and I feel like she dies for this type of stuff. Like she is that person who loves that stuff. And so, how Crystal came out and Crystal was like, Teddi should talk about her divorce because she talks about everyone else's divorce. She talks about everyone else's stuff. Well, Teddi came out and she said, my response is I'm not paid to be on a television show to do that anymore.
Okay.
But then Teddi will say, it's my job to talk about other people. And it's like, again, you can talk about other people, but there's a certain way to go about it.
For sure.
This episode is brought to you by Allstate. Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the date of the big game first before you accidentally buy tickets on your 20th wedding anniversary and have to spend the next 20 years of your marriage making up for it. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
This episode is brought to you by Amazon. The holidays are here, and you know what that means. It's time to get your friends and family the gifts they deserve. Take the stress out of shopping with Amazon's great deals and low prices on a huge range of items from toys to tech and much more. Whoever you're gifting for, Amazon has great prices on everything you need this holiday season. Shop Amazon for all your gifting needs.
Yeah, so I just had to say that about the Teddi stuff because, yeah. Anything else that you've seen, Chantal, or any hot takes or hot topics on your mind?
No, I think we're going to do Southern Charm. I hope it's a good season because if it's not, then I'll probably get over it, but I hope it's good.
I love Southern Charm. No matter what, I watch that shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. And everyone loves it.
People, so like, yeah, I know everyone loves it.
Yeah, it's so good. So, okay, here's a hot take that I wanted to talk about. So we haven't been recapping New York, and I feel like what Bravo did wrong was put on New York the same time that Beverly Hills is on, Potomac is on, Orange County was on, Southern Charm was on. Because while we all love to watch TV, I feel like most of us like to stream shows where we like to watch it all at once. And when it's like a weekly thing, it's annoying. And then it's too overwhelming and too exhausting because you have to be in the mood. So I feel like had Bravo put on New York when a lot of these shows weren't on TV, New York would have probably been a lot more successful because we weren't distracted with so many other shows. And again, I know we all like to watch TV and we all get bored and we're like, what should we watch? But I don't like watching one episode like that.
For sure, but I just think even in general, like let's say you stopped and then you watched like all the 15 episodes in the entirety, like in a week. I still don't think you would love this season.
I don't think I would either, but I'm saying if all these other shows weren't on at the same time and it was a really slow time and I had nothing to watch, at least I'd be a little bit more invested where I'm like, let me actually give it more of a chance because I just stopped watching. It wasn't that bad. I just stopped watching because I'm overwhelmed.
I watched it the other day too because like Beverly Hills came on first and then they came on after and it's not good. It's not good. I'm telling you.
I don't know. Like, I feel like I would, even if it wasn't good, I would still watch it just because I have nothing else to watch. Whereas, I don't know about you, but I'm so overwhelmed with TV right now.
Oh, for sure.
I really am. Like,
I mean, and it's just the time of like,
it's like Christmas. Yeah.
It is a lot for everyone. It's like, it's hard to keep up.
Yeah, that's so true. I forgot about that. I don't know. Does anyone agree with that? Or you guys also agree with Chantal that it would be to shit no matter what?
I think at that point, even people would be like, oh my God, what is this? I mean, everyone would watch it. Maybe more people would watch it, but I still think then even more bad opinions would come out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was my take that I was thinking about on my way home. I was like, I wonder. But Andy's really trying to make it a thing. I do think that wait, did you see that picture of Brandi Glanville?
No.
Okay, then we'll talk about it next week because there's no point in it. Or on our next episode when we talk about Beverly Hills. Because we didn't really post at all, Chantal, on our Instagram this weekend either, which is a little scare.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, I know. December, dude. December's crazy.
I know.
Yeah, it's just like
better though, and people, a lot of other people, like even the housewives probably are so busy. So it's like, when things crazy like with them happen, then we'll be on it.
Did you wrap all your presents? Like, have you bought everyone their present? Wait, you guys, I just want to say something. Chantal showed me something on her phone yesterday, and she was like, look at this thing. I want to get it for Charlie. That's what she said to me. And I was like, oh my God, Charlie would like that. You guys, I opened up my Instagram, and it has been an ad every single other slide.
You guys, the way that the things have been so trippy, like the way our phones know so much. Oh my God, my friend was at the airport, okay? And she saw a dog and like a girl, and she went up to that girl and was like, hey, like what carrier do you have? Okay. A random girl. She opened up her TikTok. This girl showed up on her TikTok about this dog in the airport. And it's not like she's a famous person. It's like a girl that had like 7 views.
Wow.
No, it's getting scary, like very scary. Like, so how did your phone even know which one it was? Because like I didn't even tell you the name.
No, I don't know, Chantal. It was so scary. It was the exact one you showed me too.
Oh my gosh.
And it was a brief conversation, you guys. It wasn't even like I was like holding my phone. Like maybe it was in my pocket, but it was such a brief conversation where it was like, Charlie would love this. I'm like, oh my gosh, she would be obsessed with that thing. She's like, Charlie would love this drawing thing. I'm like, she would be obsessed with that. Are you kidding me? And that was it. And it was Chantal's phone.
I wonder if it's like nowadays when you're around somebody, like what their ads are now show up on yours, because that means like you're friends and maybe you would like the same things they would like, but it's just getting too much. Like, I don't even have Siri on because like
I don't either.
Yeah, it's like I get annoyed of like the phones knowing too much.
But did you buy everyone their gifts?
Yeah, I actually like funny today. When Val was watching football, I was like I wrapped like 10 gifts today.
Yeah, I had Jacob wrap because I suck at wrapping. He wrapped everyone's gifts, but we just haven't wrapped like our kids' gifts.
Oh, okay. Because like they'll like see it.
No, we just there were so many gifts, so he had to wrap so we started there where we're like, let's wrap everyone else that we bought, like extended family is what I'm talking about, and then the teachers and the teacher aides, and I spent the most money on the teachers and teacher aides.
Oh, wow. You know what I also feel like also happened so far is because Thanksgiving was super late this year. Usually it's like the 23rd, and this year was like the 28th. That like everyone's
I don't think
buying.
Thanksgiving has ever been the 23rd.
No, it is. Usually it's the fourth Thursday every month or the third Thursday every month. So like depending on whenever that Thursday falls, that's Thanksgiving. It's like the
Okay.
third or fourth. So usually like it's not it's like the 23rd, 24th. So like this year was like the
Oh, okay.
28th. Yeah. So like this year was like the 28th. And I think because like of that, like you don't go shop, you don't get your shopping until like Black Friday or that weekend because Cyber Monday. And like,
I just checked and Chantal's 1000% right. That's so scary.
yeah, exactly.
It was like the
And
23, 24, yeah.
yeah, like, and then so like I think also Cyber Monday fell on like December 1st. So like things just started coming in like to my house like last week and then this week. So I've like felt so behind on like getting my stuff, getting things wrapped. Like I don't know. It feels like it's super late.
Target had the best deals ever, and I'm just like so stressed because there's so many things that I added to my cart now that I'm like, why would I have not gotten this during because Target does like 30 to 40% off, and that's like crazy.
I know. I just try to avoid that place at all costs because I always spend money.
I know. What's the hell is Target? I mean, it's so crazy. There was like a girl on TikTok who's an influencer and does videos, and she stole from Target, and everyone was shook because she had so many followers and just constantly did, because all those people on TikTok who are, they're like effing it up for all of us. Those people that are like doing try-ons. So they literally order shit to try it on, record a video, then they go and they send it back.
I know.
And it's like people are like, fuck this. A website had came out and was like, we're not accepting returns anymore. And then they were like, we're sorry, but this is what we're dealing with. And it's like, that is bullshit.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
But then like for the companies though, like I don't think it's bullshit because they're promoting your product. So like I think it's silly, but
oh yeah, that is true. You're so right.
Yeah, like I think like who cares about that? Who cares even if you lost?
And typically their videos do go like viral and stuff.
I was gonna say like, it's so sometimes when I look at these videos and like imagine when you're wearing a cute outfit and then you record yourself, like people would be so interested, like be like, oh my God, I want that, and it's like we're so easily convinced. So that's like why when we see something, it's like don't get it that moment, like wait on it for like a week and still see if you want it.
No, I can't do that because I would convince myself that it was so cute and it would have been so cute. And I just
but then you get everything is going to be so cute. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like me showing you an outfit on myself, maybe like I picked a cute outfit out and I'm like, this is so cute. You're like, oh my God, that is so cute. Like we have these influencer brains that we just need to buy. So you just have to stop and say, I don't need that. In a week, if I still want it, I'll get it. You probably forget about that video in a week and you really didn't care about it.
That is true.
Yeah.
Well, I have to go
for shopping. So that's it.
I know. I have to go pack my girls' lunches. By the way, you guys, wait real quick. For New Year's, we're going to a water park. Isn't that scare? It's so scare. Or my whole family is, even our mom's very scare. But there's nothing to do here. It's so annoying. Like if you live in Florida, you're so blessed and lucky because at least there's like a million resorts you can go to during New Year. Exactly. And it's not like an arm and a leg to fly there. Is that even a thing, an arm and a leg to fly there? Why did I just say that?
No, it is a thing.
Is it? Okay.
An arm and a leg.
All right, whatever. All right, I hear Al crying too, so there's my cue.
Bye, guys. Have a great day.
Yes, bye.